The dog days of summer are here, and for birders and bird photographers, this usually means some downtime. But not for me. In this video, I'm out for a bit of a challenge. I'm visiting 3 of Denver's busiest parks to see not only can you find good birds in the summer, but can you make good wildlife photography. With people everywhere and even some unexpected festivals, this challenge was definitely going to put our urban wildlife chops to the test. Let's get out there and see what we can do. Good morning. I am here at one of Denver's busiest city parks. I am here at Washington Park. And if you live here, you know this place is always jam-packed. So let's get out there and see if we can scrounge something up good in the heat of the summer. And I'll admit, I didn't really have much of a plan here. I knew there was a pollinator garden, which I was hopeful for some hummingbirds, and after quickly checking to see if there were any birds on Smith Lake, I ran into another group of birders who were staring up into a tree. So I stared up into that tree as well. Up high and pretty far back, this American robin was sitting on her nest. While cool to see, there wasn't a very good angle, and this was the best photo that I could get. Next, I made my way over to the pollinator garden, and while there were a ton of pretty flowers, there wasn't a single hummingbird to be found anywhere. This dragonfly caught my attention though. I'm no expert at shooting flowers, but I gave it my best shot here. But it turned out there actually were a few birds around the pollinator garden. These 2 northern flickers were, well, watch. Even though this youngster had fledged from the nest, sometimes you still want mom to do everything. Next, I started making my way toward the infamous Washington Park boathouse. Originally built in 1913 and renovated again in 2012, it's a beautiful building, but its architectural lore wasn't what was drawing me to it. It was these barn swallows which had a ton of nests built under the walkway. These nests were all full of baby chicks, and it didn't take long for one of the parents to bring back some food. I watched this nest for a few minutes, and mom and dad took turns bringing food back to a nest full of chicks, and it ended up making one of my favorite photos of the day. Well, still no hummingbirds, but did come over here to the second lake. And yeah, it's always a little bit nostalgic coming back here to Washington Park. I grew up as a kid not far from here, and I remember coming here with my parents. My dad used to play volleyball here. So always a bit nostalgic coming back. Still have not found any hummingbirds. That's my last sort of thing I really wanted to tick off today. So I am going to walk back towards the car, and we'll stop again through that pollinator garden, see if maybe we can get some more luck this time. So let's go check it out again. I would not have any luck in the pollinator garden on my second return, and as the morning got later, it was filling up with more and more people. But there was still one more surprise encounter waiting for me on my walk back to the car. I was hearing a loud commotion, so I pointed my camera, and there was another northern flicker family living in this tree. Mom was dropping food off, and it was funny seeing 3 different heads poke out of 3 different holes in the tree. All right, well, not bad here at Washington Park, finding those northern flicker nests on the way back to the car was pretty awesome. Now, do they make good photos? I don't know. I'll have to get them home and get them off the car, because that is the challenge. It's not, can we go out and see cool stuff? It's, can we go out and make good photos? So, but anyways, regardless, it was still cool to see. And I think some of the videos should be pretty cool too. So anyways, that is park number 1. We've got 2 other Denver iconic parks that I'm going to visit throughout the week to see if you can make good wildlife photos here in the heart of the busy city. The next morning, I was out at Denver City Park, and before we get exploring too far, just know that I was dealing with some problems. Today is going to be very challenging. So I got here to City Park, and I did not realize that half the park is closed down today for some huge arts festival. But then I thought about it, and I was like, no, that's kind of the spirit of this challenge, is to go out and make a good photo in challenging conditions. So that's what we're gonna do. We're still gonna do it. I think I got the last parking spot available in the park. So let's go ahead and see if we can find something. Fortunately, I was able to walk around the area where the festival was set up to get to the other parts of the park that were a little less disturbed. But going to the quiet part of the park didn't really seem to make much difference to start, as I sat here trying to make silhouetted photos of bush tits. Also, trying to make an urban feeling photo of this house finch wasn't really what I was looking for. And this lone cormorant wasn't really much either. But then I came upon this. The City Park Bandstand, originally built in 1929, but then in March of 2026, this.
All right, we're following breaking news right here on CBS Colorado. The bandstand at City Park is a total loss after a fire.
This bandstand is famously known for hosting the Jazz in the Park concerts that happened throughout the summers since the 80s. The good news is the bandstand will be rebuilt in the fall of 2026, but they've had to delay that because in the meantime, barn swallows have taken over, so they're waiting until they leave before they demolish and rebuild. Next, I found this mallard pair. It looked like a mom and a juvenile, and I thought if maybe they gave me the right pose on these rocks, it could make a good photo, but again, it turned out to be just kind of okay. My last hurrah here at City Park came at the Cormorant Rookery, where I was hopeful that maybe I could get some good birds in flight shots, but the action there wasn't very good either. After spending a few minutes trying to frame up these pretty flowers and mallard together for a shot, I finally saw something interesting. Down at the other side of the lake, this cormorant had caught himself some breakfast. It was swimming right towards some nice colors reflecting on the lake, which finally gave me some good photos on the day. Okay, well, just finished here at City Park, and yeah, I think it was okay. I was almost at the point of ready to call it a bust. Just wasn't seeing much, and it's hot, and there's so many people here for the festival, and but then I got over to a part of the park around both those lakes. The Cormorant Rookery was really cool, and yeah, seeing that other cormorant with the fish. I'm not sure if it made a good photo or not, but I thought it was a cool encounter. So I was happy to see that. So yeah, this place ended up being all right, but it started slow, but then picked up as we walked along. So yeah, one more park left here in Denver. Park number 3, here we are. This is now later the next day, afternoon. I'm waiting. I tried waiting to let that temperature come down a little bit, but we are almost 7 o'clock and it's still in the 90s. And let's see if we can end this challenge with some good stuff tonight. Located on the west side of Denver, not too far away from Empower Field where the Broncos play, Sloan's Lake is the second largest park in the city of Denver, but with those temps still way up there, I wasn't sure what I was going to get this night. And as you can see here at my first stop around Sloan's Lake, the pickings were pretty slim. I decided to relocate to a different part of the lake, and my luck started to turn around when I came across this scene. This group of cormorants and this American white pelican mixed in looked like they had found their roosting spot for the evening. And when you zoom out, the Denver skyline was right in the background, which I thought made a pretty cool photo. I then noticed that the light was illuminating the pelican perfectly as the sun was setting, so I made one last photo, which I thought was pretty good, to end the challenge. Okay, we are wrapped up here at Sloan's Park. Again, pretty challenging. I still just can't believe how hot it is. We are now well past 8 and starting to lose light, and it is still so hot. I'm sweaty. But yeah, I think I had a few okay scenes out there that maybe made some good photos, so we'll get home and check it out. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Again, summer is a tough time, and it's hard to get out there sometimes or get that motivation to get out there and just know that it's not going to probably be very good. But if you go out and challenge yourself, yeah, you can go out and make the fun for yourself. So anyways, thanks for watching this one. I will see you in the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.